Hello everybody and welcome to Train Sim World 3. The game just came out today as of me recording this, although to be fair I am recording this quite a bit in advance. And yeah, we actually have all the routes here. As you can see, all the routes from Train Sim World 2 are all here. And the Train Sim World 1 routes. I was worried that the Train Sim World 1 routes wouldn't be in this game, but they are. As you can see, there's West Somerset Railway. There's Rhine-Ruhr Austin. So yeah, we'll definitely get to those at some point. Rapid Transit and Northern Transpennine is there as well. Very cool. So yeah, I'm just very excited to go ahead and hop into things. However, we're not going to start with West Somerset Railway. No. We're going to start with one of the new routes. And probably the one that I'm the most excited for. Where is it? There you go. Cajon Pass. This will be what we're starting with. And yeah, we'll be starting with the training modules. So we have the route intro and the hill start and dynamic brake introduction to do. And then I guess there's the train specific trainings that we could do. But yeah, I guess we can check out one of those. I already did one of them. In a stream on my Discord server. Yeah, they're pretty cool, but to be honest, we probably don't even need to do them if we're going to be doing the scenarios. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get started with the intro and see what it's all about on Cajon Pass. Welcome to Cajon Pass.
Welcome to Barstow in San Bernardino County, Southern California. Here you can explore the expansive freight yard before you head out, following the famous Route 66 through the Movavi Desert into San Bernardino.
It's a lot of trains.
There's a missing safety sign over there. Let's go fix it while you're here.
Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's kind of telling me how to move around and stuff. That's fine. Ooh, look at that intermodal freight. Very nice. Banging.
There are many more tasks to discover on this route. Along the way, make sure to put up route maps, install safety signs, refill water caches, and visit the food trucks.
Oh, I'll definitely visit the food trucks. That sounds tasty. Any excuse to get out of my train and grab some food, I will take. Also, not a very good railroad crossing. I'm assuming this is just for walking on? Probably. Because you couldn't drive on this. This wouldn't be drivable. Unless you want to pop your tire on that railroad crossing right there. Oh, there's a truck, though. I don't know. Anyways. Not an ideal railroad crossing, let's put it that way. Okay, there's our train.
Today, we'll be riding along in this ES-44C4. Climb aboard and take a seat.
So yeah, the ES C44 is the one that I yeah, the ES-44C4 is the one that I did the training on. So I already know kind of how this one works. So no, I know it is the new one. But yeah, I mean that's the reason why I did the training. But you know, I probably should have saved it for the video. But oh well. It's fine. But yeah, here we go. Here's the automatic brake. Yeah, I mean it's pretty similar to all the other freight trains. You got your dynamic brake, your throttle, your reverser, your auto brake, your independent brake. It's not gonna be too different than the other one. So yeah, and you'll get to see it in the scenarios anyway. So I say that's good.
To date, BNSF have rostered over 300 ES-44C4 units.
Oh, cool. Oh, they got some freight.
The ES in the name of this model denotes that it's part of GE's Evolution series, and the 44, its rated horsepower of 4,400. C denotes that it has 3 axles per truck, and the 4 its 4 traction motors.
Very interesting.
Barstow Yard contains 48 directional tracks. It covers a total area of 593 acres. That's 240 hectares.
That's big.
It is the second largest marshalling yard west of the Rocky Mountains. Although this yard has been in operation since the 19th century, much of what you see today was constructed in the early 1970s at a cost of over $50 million. Today, around 1,000 staff are employed here to route freight to and from the Movavi, Needles, and Cajon subdivisions. Each year, over 150,000 locomotives stop at or pass through Barstow Yard. And each day, over 175,000 tons of freight is moved through San Bernardino County.
Very cool.
On this route, you will learn to operate ES-44C4 as you tackle stunning mountain ranges through the winding curves of California. And serve local industry as you switch and cut formations in the SD-40-2. You pick the pace. This is Train Sim World, Cajon Pass.
Very cool. So there you go. That was the introduction right there. Very nice. Let's go ahead and go to the main menu, and we'll check out the next tutorial that they have in store for us. So yeah, I think most of the tutorials are going to be on the training center. Like the train specific ones. At the training center. But, where is it again? I lost it again. I lost it. I lost the trains again. I lost them. There it is. Here we go. Here's another one on Cajon Pass. Okay, so they had the route intro and the hill start and dynamic braking systems are tutorials on the route itself. And then we got like the train specific tutorials and some other things that are in the training center that we can check out as well. Very cool.
Okay, in this training module, you'll be learning how to perform a hill start and practice the switch from throttle to braking as you crest a gradient and go from ascending to descending.
Sounds good.
You'll be using GE ES-44C4 locomotives hauling heavy intermodal freight.
Okay, so there we go. We get to see this one.
Now you'll go through the steps needed to take over this locomotive.
Alrighty. Oh, reverser. Okay, well first, generator on. Everything else is on. Engine and control is on as well. Okay, reverser. We're gonna go forward.
When getting moving, it's worth remembering the following sequence that was covered in the locomotive training modules. Independent on, auto off. Throttle on, independent off. Let's go through that slowly and understand why.
Okay, so we're actually gonna be covering some of the same stuff here as I did in that module. So we're not missing off. We're not missing too much here. There we go. Set that to full. Set that to off. Apply some power, and then we can release all the brakes.
If you apply power too quickly, the wheels will slip. If this happens, reduce the amount of power to regain control, and then gently reapply. If struggling for grip, apply sand to increase traction.
Sand is right down here. There we go. Sand. Sand. Sandy, 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 sand. More power. Gotta get up to that 10 miles. Sandy, 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 sand.
That's it. You're moving forwards under power. If you use the same start process every time you begin moving, it'll become second nature.
Yeah, so the reason the reason in the tutorial why they said you release the automatic brake but keep the independent applied before generating power is 1, so you don't slip, and 2, because independent brake is quicker to release than auto brake. So you want to have that holding you instead of the lengthy auto brake, which by the time that releases, you might be slipping down the hill and yeah, all kinds of bad stuff. So yeah, very cool. I'm gonna apply a bit more power actually. So yeah, we're climbing to the top. So yeah, let's see how well we can handle this gradient up. We go up to 45. It's our top speed. It's 50 right now, but it's gonna. Oh, excuse me. It's gonna drop. So yeah. Save fuel. Center reverse handle when idling. Oh, interesting. Okay. I like that little note there. It's kind of cool. Caution: to prevent helmet damage when changing from power to dynamic braking, or from dynamic braking to power, pause 10 seconds with throttle at idle, and dynamic braking off. Yeah, very cool. And there's some nice safety warnings. Very cool. Yeah, a lot of warnings. We also have the banking comms. And turn that on. That basically helps some of the trains behind us maintain stuff. So make sure that's on. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of things I learned in the tutorial that I didn't know about before, like the banking comms, and yeah, the brake thing is, I mean, it's pretty obvious, you know, you want to apply power before releasing your brakes, so you don't roll. Something I learned, but you know, it's good to know that you use the independent brake because that releases quicker. So you know, just stuff like that. It's very helpful to know about. We're just going via this location, so we don't need to stop here. We're just going. I'm assuming that we're going to probably start switching to dynamic brake. So yeah, make sure that's on idle, make sure that's off. And that'll be good. And yeah, I'll probably be switching to dynamic brake once we pass the summit. Because now we'd be going down.
Congratulations, you have reached the summit. As you start your descent, you'll need to switch to dynamic brakes to control your speed. The effective speed for dynamic brakes is around 30 miles per hour. So if you're exceeding that speed, you should be slowing down. Above 30 miles per hour, the dynamic brakes become a lot less effective, and you would be more reliant on the automatic brake. The automatic brake on its own will not provide enough fine control over the speed of the train. It's a blunt instrument, because you can't partially release the brakes, and they take a few minutes to apply to the setting you've asked for. If you try to rely on just the automatic brake, you will often find yourself coming to a halt, or going over speed while you wait anxiously for the brakes to apply.
Agreed.
Watch the train speed as it crests the top of the gradient. You'll go from needing power to maintain speed to finding that power starting to accelerate the train. When you see that, start backing off power and aim to keep your speed below 30 miles per hour.
On a train, they're going uphill from their perspective. Nice manifest there. Yeah, they're right. The dynamic brake doesn't work too well above a certain amount of speed. So let's get some automatic brakes in here. Okay, maybe a bit more. So I didn't really get all that he said because I was trying to prevent us from going over speed. But yes, I do get it. Yeah, I think I got it. I was really just trying to focus on not derailing around those turns then. Dynamic brake is, yeah, powerful. But yeah, you want to keep it under 30. Going above 30? Nope, not today. Don't want that. The dynamic brake's keeping us right at 31. That, full service in there. We'll go ahead and cut out the dynamic because we're not going to need that. Get that and the handle off. Actually, we're not slowing down. Why aren't we slowing down? More emergency brakes. Where are the other emergency brakes? Where are the more emergency brakes? Nope. It was 2 miles away. We almost had it. Okay, well, I'm going to try that again. And let's see if we can do it right this time. Because, yeah. I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on, mainly because I was just so worried that we were going way too fast.
If you
But
try
yeah.
to rely on just the automatic brake, you will often find yourself coming to a halt or going over speed while you wait anxiously for the brakes to apply.
That's exactly what happened last time.
Watch the train speed as it crests the top of the gradient. You'll go from needing power to maintain speed to finding that power starting to accelerate the train. When you see that, start backing off power and aim to keep your speed below 30 miles per hour.
Yep, gotcha.
Once your throttle is at 0 and you're starting to pick up speed a little, it's time to get the dynamic brakes into their setup position. They'll need to be there for 10 seconds before you can use them further.
Okay, so I'll get the deck set up. Okay.
Start adding dynamic brake as needed to keep the speed in check. The dynamic brake is only on the locomotive and will react nearly instantly.
Yep.
As you begin to get to larger amounts of dynamic brake needing to be applied, it's time to bring in the automatic brake to help. In most cases, a minimum set of automatic brake is enough. Apply that now.
Okay, we don't actually need that.
Uh-huh. Watch out that on some locomotives, as you apply the automatic brake, this will cut the dynamic brake out entirely. This is because of the brakes applying on your locomotive. If you notice this happening, pull the independent brake towards you into the bail-off position, and it will release those brakes only, leaving the automatic brake on the rest of the train. And you will see the dynamic brake come back into action immediately.
So basically, when we do the bail off...
As the automatic brake begins to take
Getting
effect
interrupted.
down the length of the train, you'll notice the train begin to slow down due to the extra braking effort. Gently dial back the amount of dynamic brake to compensate for this, and continue to try and aim to keep your speed around, but not exceeding, 30 miles per hour.
Yep, gotcha.
If you find that full dynamic brake is unable to hold the train speed, add a little air with the automatic brake. Wait to see how the train reacts, and adjust with the dynamics as needed. Always work under your target speed of 30 miles per hour. If you find yourself chasing faster speeds, you'll need to take more substantial corrective action with the automatic brake.
Yep. So basic...
Okay, come to a stop up ahead using the automatic brake.
Okay. So yeah, basically what he was saying is when we apply automatic brake, it stops the whole train. So everything, including the train, which in turn is going to stop the dynamic brake from working. Because, well, that's how it does. But if we bail off independent, we release the brakes on the train, but keep the brakes on the carriages in the back. So that is good. Okay, we might need some auto here. The dynamic brake is maxing out at 32. Okay, now we're bringing it down a little bit. But yeah, I understand it now. It's a lot of very wordy definitions of things, but yeah, no, it makes sense. We want to apply dynamic and automatic, but automatic's going to override the dynamic, so you want to make sure you bail off the independent and keep the automatic on the train, but let the locomotive and dynamic still come into effect. As soon as we start realizing that we're going to need dynamic brake 8, then we need to worry about maybe using a bit of automatic and bailing off the rest of the train. Or just bailing off the locomotive, but leaving the carriage's brakes applied. Makes sense. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and save. Actually, I don't think we can save. Yeah, no. Huh. So they removed the ability to save. Interesting. He'll start. Yeah. Full map. Escape back. HUD guide. Steam. Oh, look, they actually, oh, that's cool. There's actually now a water injector flow rate and a coal shoveling rate. in the steam trains now. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it'd be good to revisit steam trains on this game, because they seems to have made some upgrades to them. They could, you know, the stuff I was saying about the steam trains, how it would be nice if you could turn the water off, because, you know, you'd be sitting at a station and your steam train's just puffing out steam with no way for you to turn the water off. Seems like in this game you can. So that's pretty cool. Might try that. Might check that out at some point. Anyway, it seems like we're gonna have to start worrying about automatic. Gonna leave dynamic at 7, and we'll apply some automatic and bail off the independent just so we can come to a stop. So yeah, we're coming down nice and slow with the dynamic. But yeah, dynamic won't actually stop us. That's one thing they forgot to mention, is that a dynamic brake can't actually stop you. I guess that's kind of pretty obvious. Dynamic brake seems to have been nerfed quite a bit, so yeah, it's not too reliable anymore. Because in Train Sim World 2, it used to be like overpowered. They nerfed it quite a bit in this game, where now it only works at slower speeds, which is probably more akin to real life. Not sure, actually, not sure how that works. Either way, though. Okay, I think we got it this time. There we go. Yeah, we're doing good here. We're not blasting through this point at 30 like we were last time. So there we go. Nice stop.
Right. Well, that concludes this training module. It is highly recommended that you practice both hill starting and the change from ascent to descent until you are comfortable with them. They are one of the more challenging aspects of operating heavy freight, and you'll really feel like you're in more control of this train as you get the hang of this task.
Very cool. Okay. Passing grade. Awesome. So yeah, I guess we can just check out the training center. I don't really think there's much we need to do there. I think that probably is enough for the introduction of this route. But yeah, it'd be cool to just kind of check out some of the stuff on Train Sim World 3. So yeah, you can actually, one of the cool things is I imported my profile from Train Sim World 2. And you can see that my favorite route is Nvidia Dresden. So that's pretty cool. Got the dovetail live. All kinds of stuff here. The store got all kinds of routes. Some stuff's on sale right now if you guys want it. Got all the routes right here. Basically just like, yeah, just stats for each route. So you can see I've done 3 out of the 11 scenarios. The rest of them were done on Train Sim World 1. Train Sim World 1 progress does not transfer over. So I've done all the scenarios on Boston Sprinter. Done everything on Nvidia Dresden, Schnellfurstrick, Isle of Wight, East Coast Way. You know, that was all on Train Sim World 1. So, you know, everything that I did in Train Sim World 1 is not going to be on here, but, you know. Spirit of Steam, you know, there's all the scenarios we did there. They also have trains. You can sort your individuals by trains. So if you really like the CTC-3 cab car, there you go. You got the CT-3 cab car. I'm a level 5 on that. Route tasks. How many of each thing we did? We did a lot of stuff on Isle of Wight. We just didn't quite get all the photos and tickets. But we got all the ice cream and all the route maps. So we made quite a bit of progress on Isle of Wight regarding that. And yeah. So that's the profile. Creators Club. We got liveries. Livery designer. Scenario planner. It's all here now. So if you want to create scenarios, 1 out of 30 scenarios. Oh, I guess the scenarios I've made. Right. Oh, yeah, I've made some scenarios. Yeah, the one I made on here, yeah, with steam trains. So yeah, your scenarios transfer over as well, which is cool. I like that. Liveries transfer over as well. And then, yeah, if you want get some liveries from online, you can do that. You got some online stuff right here. Very cool. Got the BNSF livery on the AC 4400. Some very, very nice liveries. And scenarios. You can even download some scenarios from people. So that's pretty cool. The collection, you can do a rail journey. Have the rail journeys on all the routes. Quick play. Okay, there we go. You can do something short or do something... Yeah, it's basically just hop right in. We might check this out in a live stream, maybe. I'm very interested what it actually does. 'Cause, yeah, I was messing around with this, and I haven't actually clicked on these yet. Let's see. Do something short. What is this going to do? Is this going to like put us in a random scenario or something? Okay, it picked the C48W introduction. That's what it wants us to do. Okay. Okay, so that was a crash. The game did not like that, apparently. Okay, so quick play broke the game, apparently. But that's cool. I guess it just picks like a random thing for you to do. Leave that alone for now, though. But yeah, my favorite thing, actually, is instead of just being able to choose a route, what you want to do on, you can choose a train. So let's say, yeah, 44 scenarios completed. Let's say we wanted to play with the ESC44. Let's pick this one. Okay, look, the only route we have this train on is, Cajon Pass. Understandable. Missing name. Whoa. That's a glitch. Whoa. But, anyway, yeah, I mean, that's a big example, but let's pick something like the Class 101. The Class 101's in a lot of routes. Do the 3-car variant. Okay, it's in Tues Island. It's also in, the other one, isn't it not? I don't know. It's not really going with what I'm trying to say here. Oh, that's the one that's in the Great Western. No? What was that one? In, like, the old version of Great Western. Anyways, whatever. Where's a train that's on multiple routes? The 185. There we go. Look, you got all the German routes pop up. Beautiful. So, yeah, you can take it in all the German routes that you own. So, that's pretty cool. BR401. Pretty sure that's going to be on a couple German routes. Actually, no, just that one. The 403, though. No, that's just on that one, too. Seriously? Oh, yeah, there's separate. There's a 406. Ah, okay, the 406. Very interesting. Anyways. Very cool. Yeah, very cool indeed. B38. Look, we have all the liveries. Union Pacific livery, alternate CSX livery, Union Pacific livery, Canadian National livery. So yeah, on all the routes there. F40PH, F40PH2 cat. So yeah, some more things there. But yeah, very cool. I like how you can pick and choose which trains. Like you got all the different trains here, and you can be like, you know what? Really feel like driving the 406. Bam! Here's 2 rounds with the 406. This is great. So I really like that. And then obviously we have the classic route picker as well, if that's more what you like. Just being like, ooh, I want to do Spirit of Steam. Ooh, look, let's do some timetables. Yeah. Anyways, last thing, let's go ahead and check out the training center. So yeah, we skipped past the basic training. That's just, yeah, pretty much stuff we already know about. But you can get into the specified training. And on the BNSF ES44, oh yeah, we did the route intro, we did the training module. We didn't do the long train and brakes introduction. Learn how to handle lung formations and braking. 240-2, yeah, there's a couple in here. Turntable, yard switching, yeah, stuff we pretty much already know about. So, to be honest, in the future, because this whole training thing is a whole separate thing, it's cool. We might do some of the training in here. Might, like, if that's a new train with like very complicated, like a steam train, for example. We might hop in here, and if there's just something I don't understand, I might hop in here. But to be honest, the scenarios kind of tell you what to do anyway. So I think we can learn just from doing the scenarios. Yeah, I guess that's like that, but then you also go here in the training modules you got. Yeah, so you don't... Yeah, that's interesting, because we don't actually have the train introductions here. We just have learning how to use the LZB. So I think, really, that's all we really need to learn about with those trains, really. Just kind of the more niche topics. Yeah. Because we know how to basically drive a train. Really, the main reason why I do the tutorials is just so I can kind of know which levers to throttle and whatnot. But yeah, if the scenarios tell us that, then you know, you can save the tutorials for the niche topics, like the LZB and other things. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll go through this off camera, and if it's something that I think that is important, then I'll put it in the video. But if I think that we don't really need to know about it, then I'll leave it out.
And
So yeah.
they're common to a wide range of locomotives. The brake cylinder, or BC gauge, tells you the amount of pressure going directly onto the wheels. Now, this is ultimately how much braking effort is stopping your train. If it's zero, the train is not applying any brakes. The independent brake lever directly controls this, but be aware that this is only reporting the state of the brake cylinder on your own locomotive, and not the rest of the train. The brake pipe, or BP gauge, tells you the amount of pressure on the brake pipe that extends the length of the entire train. On U.S. freight, this is pressurized to 90 psi as normal. The brake pipe serves two functions. One is to provide air to all the freight cars down the length of the train so they can charge their own reservoirs. The other is that its pressure controls what the other vehicles do with their brakes. At 90 psi, the brakes on all vehicles will be released. As the brake pressure in the brake pipe drops below 90 psi, the other vehicles will apply brakes. Depending on the length of your train, changing the pressure on the brake pipe can be quite time-consuming, whether charging it up to release the brakes or reducing the pressure to apply them. And this is the reason that automatic brakes are tricky to use. The brake pipe works in conjunction with another system called the equalizing reservoir. Because charging the brake pipe is time-consuming, and you don't want to be watching that to find the right pressure, the equalizing reservoir is a much faster responding gauge, and is what you primarily use to control the brake pipe. The automatic brake handle controls the equalizing reservoir. Apply the brakes a little with a lever, it will cause the equalizing reservoir to lower in pressure rapidly to the desired level. This causes the brake pipe to begin slowly changing to match the equalizing reservoir, and it'll automatically stop once it has done so. Release the automatic brake, and you will see the equalizing reservoir rapidly rise back to 90 psi. At this point,
The final reservoir will come into action. The main reservoir, shown as MR on the HUD, this is a high-pressure reservoir which is used to feed air pressure back into the brake pipe to make it go up again. You'll see the brake pipe begin to climb, the main reservoir begin to drop, and periodically the compressor will start up to put more air back into the main reservoir, until the brake pipe finally matches the equalizing reservoir again. Oh.
Now there are some key behaviors of this system to remember. The longer the formation, the slower the brake pipe will be to respond. You cannot partially release automatic brakes. If you are braking too much, you may need to fully release the brakes, allow the brake pipe to get back to 90 psi again, and then you can reapply them. This should be carefully considered, however, as you will have no air brakes during this time. Bring the train to a stop in the indicated position using the automatic brake.
Okay, so this is actually pretty insightful. He kind of just went over automatic, independent, and dynamic, and then I brought you guys back as he was going over what the gauges meant. Which, yeah, is pretty cool. I didn't quite go over the main reservoir, but I did accidentally release the automatic brake a little too soon, and it cut him off, so I'll have to probably read what that says in editing. But yeah, we're just waiting for the brake pressure, the BP, to get up to 90 so that our carriages release their brakes. Because right now the carriages still have their brakes applied because this needs to be above 90. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and make one loop of the training track here. So yeah, I can see why this is on the training module, because we're actually using the training module track. But that's cool. I'd actually be cool to show this out in the video. Yeah, if I'd show you guys, it's basically a big model train set, which is pretty cool. You got like a big old loop around. So yeah, you're pretty cool. So there we go. Brakes are being released. Brake pipe is going up to 90. The EQ is basically what it's trying to match. So it's going to try and match the EQ reservoir. We should get going here. Once it hits 90, we'll be off. Come on, release your brakes. Release your brakes. Release them. It's like, no. We're at 89. You can't be at 90. Release your brakes. Help. 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 Help me. There we go. Now we can go. Okay. So it doesn't have to be quite at 90, just close enough, I guess. I guess it's probably, like, really close to 90. It's just being rounded down. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and go around the main loop. So yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing. Because that does seem like a good idea, is doing some of the more niche tutorials for, like, the niche topics. But, you know, skipping the main train tutorials, because, you know, by doing the niche topics, we'll kind of figure out where the throttle is and where the brake is and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I can't wait to actually learn about the stuff on the German trains as well, because that's been bothering me ever since Transform 1. Like, what is the AZB and the LZB and the AFB? There's like all these like systems, and they got the CIFA. All these like systems. I think the CIFA is probably like the alerter, which we have disabled. Basically like a dead man switch. You pass out, you gotta make sure you can press the button. Well, if you pass out, don't press the button, because that will bring the train to a stop. That's kind of how it works. That's how the alerter works. Basically, if you pass out, you gotta be able to press the button, because, you know, trains, we're not like stepping on a gas pedal all the time. We have levers, so the levers can be left in gear, so you gotta make sure you can boop the button. But yeah, I think some trains actually do have an alerter pedal that you have to hold down at all times. So yeah. And that way, they're similar to a car, because you got to hold the pedal down at all times and move the levers. But yeah, well, here we are banking quite heavily around this turn. Look at us go! We're zooming. But no, yeah, let me know what you guys think about Transform World 3. I'm quite excited to continue going on here. Can't wait to do some scenarios on Cajon Pass. It's gonna be quite fun. So yeah, I guess as we come around the main loop, I don't think there's anything else we really need to do. Nope, just stop. So yeah, as we go around this main loop, I'm gonna go ahead and see if you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a like. Subscribe for new videos. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!